Welcome in today's session. So today in this session basically we will discuss about the recruitment of 450 seats that have came for the post of administrative officers, inclusive of both generalist and specialist for the scale 1 in the New India Assurance Company Limited. So the following Assurance Company Limited is a government of India undertaking and its registered office is in Mumbai. So 450 seats, it's a good number of seats, and they have come up with diversified fields for the vacancy. Moving ahead, so these are the vacancies which are there. As I told you earlier also, it is a public sector general insurance company, and seats for the generalist basically means for the general streams, like everyone can apply, like the normal graduation is asked. And for specialization, you specialist field, there is a particular specialization that you should have to opt for that field. So as you can see, the tentative vacancies for risk engineers, these much seats, and even for legal, you can see a good amount of seats are there. 70 seats for legal, out of which 29 are for general and 19 for OBC. Apart from that, engineers as well as medical students also can apply because they have good amount of seats for health as well as IT. However, for the open streams, for all the other streams, general list option is also there, out of which 49 are for general. So in total, 450 seats. Moving ahead, what's the timeline to apply and what's the tentative dates for the examination? So you can see the forms will start from 1st August and will lapse on 21st August. However, there will be two examination phases, of which one is prelims and second is mains, which is objective plus descriptive. So the phase 1 is on 9 September 2023, while the phase 2 is on 8th October 2023. And the application should be applied only by online mode and no other mode is applicable. Also, as you know, there are two category of posts, generalist and specialist. However, you can apply for any one discipline only. Who will make for more than one will render all the candidature valid. So please be specific. If you are applying for generalist, then go for generalist, and if you are applying for any particular field, then go for that particular field. Now coming to the service conditions, what will the service conditions will be applicable upon you. So those will be those conditions that will be decided by the company, and the minimum 5 years of posting will be there at a particular place where you will be assigned at your joining. And if you are in specialized stream, the period may be for 10 years also. So this is on discretion of company, and promotions and all, there are certain rules which are governed. So on those basis only you will be entitled for those things. So this was the general service conditions, and rest of the things you can go through the notification itself. Coming to the probation and bond. So see, whenever you will be recruited by the company after the final selection and all and medical, you will be having a probation period for a 1 year, and it might be extended for a period of 6 months twice by the company. And in that probation period, at the end, you are required to pass an examination which will be conducted by them. And if you fail, then in such cases there will be chances of a termination from the company also. And company also has right to terminate the services even before the probation period is over without assigning any reason or notice. And for this job you will be requiring to serve a bond or undertaking for a minimum period of 4 years, and if you are leaving the company before that period, you are entitled to give a year's gross salary to the company, because they would be investing training amount on you and during your training also. And if you are leaving like or after 3 years or after 1 year, maybe your amount, certain amount of this 1 year gross salary might be adjusted and they will reduce your amount. However, there's also 25,000 penalty extra also which is added to you. So you have to go through this guarantee bond thing. Kindly read the thing from this notification. Moving ahead to salary, so basic pay of 50,925, and that's the pay scale. Apart from this, you're also entitled to dearness allowance also, which is the 18%, 10% I'll say. You go through the notification and also, and apart from that, there is your HRA also. And see, the gross emoluments in metropolitan would be around 80,000 rupees per month. And in this, you will also be covered with NPS, PF, gratuity, medical benefits, accident insurance, etc. Also, you will be entitled to the company's leased accommodations, because in different cities there may be different accommodations of company, and they will be giving you fund for living in that particular premises. Now coming to the very important thing, what is the educational qualification? So see, as I was telling you, for generalist which is there, and first of all, the cutoff date for knowing the eligibility of educational qualification is 1st of August 2023. So you need to possess these details by this particular date. This is the cutoff date for your qualifications. So for generalist, there must be a minimum qualification of graduate or postgraduate in any discipline from a recognized university with 60% marks. And coming to the specialist category, so you can see the different requirements for risk engineers. There should be engineering graduation, post graduation 60%, in automobile engineers, in automobile engineering specifically. For legal, there is a graduation or post graduation in law with 60% marks. So there's no any compulsory that you should be a postgraduate. In simple graduate, LLB can also qualify. And similarly for medical also, we can see there is MBBS, BDS students who are there who can also apply for this AO health post. Now coming to mode of selection, so if you see the mode of selection, there will be three phases. First phase will be preliminary examination, which will be of 100 marks. There will be three sections, which I'll be telling further. Then there will be a phase 2 exam, which will consist of 200 marks of objective paper and 30 marks of descriptive. And both of them will be online. Once you complete your objective, you will be shown a descriptive paper, which you have to type on your computer only. Then the third is interview. Who will be shortlisted in the phase 2 will be called for interview by the company, and the weightage will be 75:25. So that's the weightage. Now coming to phase 1, that was a preliminary examination. So it will be 100 marks paper, which in this segment will be three segments, that is English language, reasoning and quants. So it's a very general paper. There is no requirement of a professional knowledge in this paper 1, that is a phase 1. It will be 30 marks of English, 35 marks of reasoning and 35 marks of maths. And for all the three will be given 20 minutes each. So it will be a 1 hour paper in which you have to sum up your entire paper, and you have to qualify by passing marks in each of them. And as there's no adequate number of seats, so 15 times of students will be called for the number of seats available to be selected for the mains examination. So this was phase 1. Coming to phase 2, in phase 2 you will see there will be an objective test for 200 marks and descriptive for 30 marks. And in the descriptive, the portion which is for objective, if we look for the generalist, there will be a reasoning for 50 marks, English language for 50 marks, general awareness 50 marks, and quants for 50 marks. And you will be given 40 minutes for each. So how in GK you will be given only 30 minutes. However, if you go for the specialist category in the mains examination, then in such cases the reasoning, English, GA, quants remain same as the generalist, and the time limit is 40 minutes each. And the maximum marks are 40, and the time limits you can see it's 30 minutes and 25 minutes for GS. So in both cases you can see generalist or the specialist, time for GS is less than the other ones. And apart from that, in specialist you will having your professional technical knowledge, like if you go with legal you will have legal questions of 40 marks, if you go with IT you will have IT questions, if you go with medical you will have medical questions. Similarly there will be 40 marks of this, so total aggregate will be of 200 marks in specialist also. And descriptive, as you have written also, the descriptive test will be of 30 minutes duration with 30 marks, and it will be basically in English, in which you have to write a letter which will be of 10 marks and essay of 20 marks. So these are the things which will be done in the phase 2, that is a mains examination. Coming to the other portion of phase 2 is that you have to require to obtain a minimum score for each section of objective test separately for being selected for the descriptive test. And your descriptive portion will only be selected who will qualify the objective test. So it's a double elimination basically. So first of all you have to qualify for this phase 2 objective, only then your descriptive portion would be checked. And minimum marks which are required for descriptive is 15 marks out of 30. So you have to obtain this much marks, or else your descriptive you will not be qualifying for the descriptive one. However, one thing must be noted, that a candidate shall be required to qualify in the descriptive test, but the marks will not be counted towards shortlisting for interview. So this thing should be kept in mind. The last point which is there, the candidate shall be required to qualify in descriptive test, but that marks will not be counted towards shortlisting for interview or final selection. Now coming to negative marking, so there will be 1/4 negative marking, which will be in both phase 1 as well as phase 2. So you have to be very careful while giving the answers for the same. Don't try to go कि चलिए सारे तुक्के मार लेते हैं, because there is a 1/4 negative marking. Moving ahead to the phase 3. So in phase 3 you will use the interview stage, and the weightage will be of 75:25, like 75 weightage for the mains examination and 25 marks for the interview. And you will be called for the particular venue where the interview will be conducted once you're shortlisted accordingly the phase 2 result. Now coming to final selection, as I told, final selection will be a cumulative of both your interview as well as your mains examination, phase 2. and this will be prepared in descending order, like who will score highest will be at the top, and the seniority will also be prepared accordingly, and a waiting list will be also prepared for the candidates, because if someone leaves then that person will get an offer. And in case of tie, the person scoring more marks in interview shall be placed at the top, and if interview marks are also same, then those who are senior in age, they will be given preference. And however, if you qualify for the phase 2 and phase 3 also, but if you're not medically unfit, then if you're medically unfit, then that cases appointment will not be given to you. Now coming to the exam fees, so exam fees is 850 rupees for general candidates as well as OBC candidates, but in the cases of SC, ST, PWD, there will be a 100 rupees fees. So these are the payment regarding the form, and please remember the form will be available from 1st August to 21st August only. So try to fill in the meantime. And that was the basic information which I wanted to share. So it's a good vacancy, and there are for legal also, I'll say such huge number of vacancies are there. Very less times this option comes, so you have an ample time to just wrap up and go through your preparation and revise the core concepts. I further will be sharing some question papers as well as the syllabus for the legal also. So meantime, you can prepare for phase 1. You can practice upon your maths and logical, because we are not in touch with maths and logic, which can prove a detrimental to us to qualify phase 1. So before going ahead with the phase 2, we need to qualify phase 1, and that's a very general exam. And candidates who will be preparing for banking are a good competition to us, because their logical and maths is very sharp. So please be having a practice with these subjects as well as English also, so that you are also equivalent to them and don't face any difficulty in that. Thank you guys. Hope you get succeed in this exam.